everybody, this is Zoe from nosaferplace and I am so excited for this week's book. I am currently reading the sequel to this book because I loved the first one so much. This book was chosen by the amazing Catherine Core. She is the author of the Witch's Kiss trilogy and I'm so excited for the third one coming out very soon. So this week we're reviewing Waiting for Callback by Honor and Perdita Cargill. I have heard so much about this book, so many brilliant things, how hilarious this is, how true to life it is, so when Kate picked this book I was so excited to read it. It kind of reminded me of Truly Madly Awkward. The character is slightly older, but it definitely had those same funny vibes and I absolutely adore funny books. So the story focuses on teenager Electra James. Electra wants to be an actress and she has done for so long. So when she is discovered by an agent, she thinks that her life is going to change drastically. She thinks overnight she is going to be a superstar and be this famous actress, but as we know, life doesn't work out that way. So she definitely gets a bit ahead of herself when scripts start coming in and emails from her agent. She really starts to get excited. But she's trying to balance studying and school life and auditioning for these roles, and it does all get a bit much, and I feel like that is written perfectly. The way that she acts, the way her family is, the way her friends are, I think it's all written exactly how it would be if you were in a similar situation. It really shows you how hard it is to get that balance in life, and whatever you do, whether it's acting or not, anything is so hard to get that perfect balance. But she has the most amazing supportive parents, and that was another thing I loved about this book. Her parents were just incredible. And obviously not all parents are like that, but there are a good few that are, and I think it's important to highlight the good just as well as the bad in YA books. Another thing I loved about this book was the layout. It wasn't just like any ordinary book. We had texts, emails, lists, scripts. I found it a bit more exciting and it made me want to read the book a bit more, and I also found it a bit more believable because as a teen, technology kind of takes over your life, and this book included it. So as Electra learns, it isn't all glitz and glam, and she has some very hilarious parts. Before she lands anything significant, she has some pretty hilarious auditions. My highlight was her auditioning for the part of the squirrel and getting the role, and yes, when you read that book you will realise how flippin' hilarious that part is. And let's not forget about boys. Boys are a huge part of any teenager's life, and she has a crush on this guy called Archie who attends her drama club with her. He does sound pretty dreamy, I must admit. And then she lands an audition that is pretty significant. It's pretty massive, and she doesn't think she has much chance of getting it, but the rest of the book is kind of her journey and her audition processing, how everything goes. And I really found that interesting because acting isn't really a genre that's included much, particularly in YA, and I loved learning about the auditioning process and things like that. I found it really interesting. Yes, I don't want to say more than that, but it really is absolutely hilarious, and I really liked the fact that Electra was so driven, was so focused on what she wanted to achieve in life, because I know that a lot of teens aren't like that, but there are a few that are. So I think this book is really important in showing teens that if you really put that motivation and dedication and commitment into something, you can get something out at the end of it. Now, as always, I will be choosing a few quotes from this book. As you can see, there are quite a few. I might not have time to read them all. Now, the first quote is on page 62. This one is quite long, but for anyone that has ever had any social interaction with someone that they like on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, this is so perfect. Oh God, you liked it, didn't you? To be precise, you liked it. It was an accident. It was not an accident. He'll think I'm a weird stalker. I was freaking out. Well, you are. Brutal. He won't even notice. He will notice. Everyone will notice. Just unlike it then, she said. I have, but it's probably too late. And now I felt paranoid that not only would he think I'd liked his photo, he would also think I'd unliked it, so I would look weird, desperate, and indecisive. The next quote is on page 277. And if you're going to go out again later, get changed first. What's wrong with what I'm wearing? The leggings are gynecological. So I could add camel toe to my list of things to worry about. And I'd been wearing them to act. Brilliant. The last quote is on page 332, and now I found this one so accurate as to how parents are when you go to any kind of party when you're a teenager. She was a lost cause. I ended up telling her about Flissie's moment in the bushes because my judgment was a bit impaired. It was seriously funny. I owed no loyalty to Flissie, and Mum deserved payment for the pasta. She took this as proof that the party was a rampant orgy, then she let me go to bed, her fears about not having anything to worry about allayed. So that is it for this review. I absolutely loved this book. Don't forget to join the chat over on Twitter at 6 PM. I will be on holiday at this point, but I will definitely still be there, just not where I usually am. I hope you all have enjoyed this video. Let me know what you would like to see more of on my channel, and I hope to see you all again soon. Thank you. Bye.